Well, I'm not gonna lie, this game had me playing for a while to get it finished, but damn, god damn, this playing it to the present finish line was just holy fuck, man. Like it was so goddamn boring with some little instances of fun here and there, but Jesus Christ. But first, let's get this out of the way, the obvious, the battle pass and the skins, the heroes, and what you can do as a free player and all that good stuff, right? Because I'm not I'm not paying for fucking shit, right? So off rip, I'll tell you this: you'll see ass cheeks in the game. Like as soon as you spawn in, there's a 99.9% chance you'll spawn in, and there will be somebody sort of in the background with a character whose ass cheeks are in your face. That's just gonna be it. That's just gonna be the whole truth and fact of it, right? And if you're scared of that, by all means, don't play, right? There are plenty of other reasons not to play this game. For the guy characters in the games, the skins are pretty cool. Some of them are just, little color changes, but some of them are pretty fucking badass. For the girls, like you see a lot of racy skins out there. And, there are other skins that are pretty decent, but I see mainly the ultimate skins, mainly because of the obvious, right? And we all know games like this that attracts certain audiences where you can customize your character and play a character that can dress certain ways. It's an unfortunate fact that games like this have people who enjoy that sort of customization, but it's just it's whatever. It doesn't really matter to me. But I will say, as a free-to-play player with no intention of buying anything or any sort of like caliber, that fucking currency that they have, yeah, I can't customize anything, like literally nothing. Yeah, I was gifted some shit by the devs for an apology for the launch or whatever the fuck it was when I opened like the email or whatever in the game, but that's it. I just got a little bear, a little consumable color token or whatever, and that's it. Almost everything you have to buy with the premium currency, which you have to spend real money on, by the way. You could also try to research these things, but you have to find them out in the different maps and do different missions, and there's different possibilities of getting said resource to get the certain thing. When you do get the one thing you need, you find out that there are 3 other parts that you need that you also need to farm parts for. So yeah, researching can be a bit of a bitch. Am I gonna say Warframe had a better system when it comes to this? Yes it does. Because if you want prime relics, right, if you want prime stuff, you got to go to the relics and run those missions, and it doesn't make you go ahead, it doesn't give you specific little ingredients to build the actual prime part. You just get the prime part, and then as soon as you get all the prime parts, you can just build it, and that's it. Here it goes a step further, where you actually got to go ahead and build the part to be part of the blueprint, and you need all the parts of said blueprint to create the thing, and then wait a certain amount of time to get said thing. Or you can just point blank just buy the materials. That's cool too. To me, this doesn't sound fun unless you like to farm. You even have consumable color palettes. Yes, they even made the coloring of your Descendant a consumable. Drip is really hard to come by as a free player in this goddamn game, and you can't even research it. From what I can see, you can't research it. All you can research is just ultimate versions of the low quantity, I should say, of guns that cycle through your hands as you play through the game, enhancement materials to help boost your numbers of your equipment and stuff a bit, and create Descendants. And mostly what you're researching are the fucking materials to do any of this fucking shit. You could spend time going ahead and get these resources to research them, but most of the drip and fun customizable stuff you need to fucking pay for. The premium skins are between 10 and 20 bucks. I'm pretty sure just 15, but you can only either get the $10 sort of buy option for 500 credits, caliber, or whatever the fuck, or pay $20 for 1,000 caliber credits, whatever the fuck, right? To get the 750, credit skin. Yeah, it's like that, right? Oh, but it gets fucking better, because if you want to buy an ultimate Descendant off rip, that's $70 fucking dollars. You want to buy the premium ultimate bundle, that's $100 fucking dollars. Hell no. Yes, you could farm them, but each part has a very rare chance of even dropping and being rewarded, which fucking sucks, but most people will just go grind it anyway, or just outright buy it because, you can, right? Some people might say, fuck the grind, I'll buy it, or people will say, fuck buying it and, go ahead and farm it, which will go ahead and have them, stay in the game longer and, pump their numbers up and, yeah, that's unfortunate to me, because I don't think you should farm so much just to get one small little part to continue on trying to have fun. I don't think that's very consumer friendly to me. I'm sure there are people trying to get these characters and doing their best, but it's not really enjoyable when even the fucking gunplay doesn't really help me have fun to push forward with the farming. The gunplay is pretty boring. I played as Ajax, like one of the 3 you can choose in the beginning of the game, and he is like a defensive, like sort of like tank character, but his abilities aren't really the best for every situation, and they sort of just like aren't really much in terms of like adding much to the gameplay. But you got to do something to mix the gameplay up and have fun in battle somehow, because yeah, all you really just doing is just shooting things. Like, if you could like swap out different abilities and depending on the situation or the mission, that could be cool. However, the gunplay with the constant cycling of guns out of my hands for stronger weapons in the field doesn't help me enjoy what I have in the game, or enjoy anything in the game to like the maximum extent. Like, I might just sit there and be like, hey, I kind of really like this gun. Then I get a better gun and I don't really like it, but it's stronger and I need it to go ahead forward. I could go ahead and just upgrade this gun over here, but I just want to go ahead and finish this game, because no matter what, the gameplay is not fun. Look at the mission design for like the open world missions, the missions that you have to play to continue on with the story. You are just mindlessly just killing, or defending while mindlessly killing, or you're collecting orbs. Like, what the fuck? What? Like, the mission design in the open world is just so copy and paste. It hurts my heart with the only thing I enjoy was the operations half the time, right? They were pretty neat. What wasn't neat, what wasn't neat? I'm stuttering so hard because I'm starting to get fucking mad right now, because what's not very cool is the fucking copy and paste boss strats, making them fucking invincible using fucking bubble balls in the air that keeps them invincible, or just having them have an invincible shield. I have to shoot small little things on the shield to try and pop, or just kill a whole bunch of enemies around them and just have them continuously spawn and making them invincible, because that's fun, right? It just only those 3. It's literally only those 3, which is fucking annoying. And I'm just like, it's frustrating, because some of the enemies have cool designs, and some of their voice lines are pretty cool, and there's good banter between the characters that are talking, and then I'm just shooting them and not really doing much. I'm just point blank shooting a bullet sponge while they just basically talk and monologue, and I'm like, how the fuck is this fun? For the love of God, where is the creativity with these bosses? I've had my ass beat with different squads because the bubble balls in the air kept respawning when we destroyed them, and we got hoed because we kept trying to shoot them, and the boss is just shooting us, and we can't damage him because he has like 4 or 5 bubble balls like flying around him that also sometimes will go ahead and be invincible themselves. And it'll just be a whole clusterfuck of trying to just destroy them to continue on. And it's so aggravating sometimes, especially when you're getting poisoned and getting jumped and you're trying your best to just shoot them, but they keep respawning, so it starts to get irritating. Like, if they just die and nothing else happened, cool, right? You know, they don't respond, cool, we're gonna go ahead and do this, and the boss ramps everything up more in the next phase. But it's just all the fucking same shit, damn near. Like, just don't get me started on the melee of this game, because it's so fucking dumb. Like, you do like a little stab, a little twirl with the short like sword or whatever, or you have like you can just punch them in the face and or whatever, right? At a certain point, it doesn't do fucking enough damage to even mean shit. I guess you could use it to, you know, quick reload, I suppose. But I'm playing as a big old armored fucking Titan motherfucker, right? Ajax. I would expect to like him to like have like a big old weapon, like a hammer or some shit, and beat the fuck out of people. No, he just pulls out whatever I equipped on him, like either uses fists, a sword, glaives, I think, something else or whatever, and he just hits them like one good time with a special, and that's it. And then, like, you know, it's on fucking cooldown, so when you're trying to do it again, you just hit the enemy with the butt of your weapon, and it doesn't do fuck all. So you're just sitting there like, oh, I might as well just shoot him in the face. When it comes to the enemies besides the bosses, the Colossi were pretty interesting. They had a bit more character to them, even though some were the same that just had different elements to them. Their ults, like, you know, their entrance, the gimmicks for them were decent. They were, a majority of the time, fun boss battles. I do wish we had a sort of unique map for them specifically, and, you know, just not continuously just shoot them dead and or punch their shoulders out or whatever. I would love to be able to actually, like, you know, use different stuff on the map to shoot them, and just it'd be more, how should I say this, more entertaining. More, it feels like more of a like fucking raid of a boss battle when you can do a majority of more shit to them than just shoot them, right? Of course, you know, in the game, you raise your level and you get better guns. But if you want to level up a specific gun because it feels good, it sounds good, you really got to go ahead and go to the little terminal to sort of level them up to the level of other weapons that are stronger than it, because of course, right? But you might need like a certain like support item to boost it, or, you know, if you want to boost yourself up, right, you know, boost your XP, boost the money you get, and, you know, maybe like some of the basic materials, you can go ahead and, you know, put on boost yourself, right? But what if you don't have any on hand though? Yeah, you can buy boosters in the store. You can buy support items in the store. Plain and simple, the game, you know, always has an option for you to go to the fucking store. Look, I ran through the game not giving a shit about my weapons or my Descendant I chose, because it didn't really feel like I had my own unique Descendant, because the actual fucking Descendant I'm based on is over there at base teaching other Descendants how not to fucking die. There is no uniqueness to your character in the game because we are just a copy of an established character in the game. So there's no real connection there for us as the player or for the story besides our actions in said story. Look at Warframe, right? It is canonical that there's different Warframes out there in the world. Like, there's the original ones, there's the ones that, you know, are just there, right? But you can go ahead and just, you know, put yourself in another Warframe. Simple as that. Like, you know, you can, like, it's canonical that you can just use different Warframes, and that's fine. But here, you're basically just another person. You're basically just a copy of another person, and you're just a player. Like, you're not actually playing as the person. You're just a Descendant, and that's it. Like, there's no really uniqueness. You're just using another Descendant's abilities, and that's really it. Like, the only thing that's different is just your place in the story. Speaking of the story, I honestly didn't really have an issue with it. Two factions fighting each other and, you know, trying to get this certain powerful thing to, you know, achieve the goal of whatever faction, you know, grabs it or whatever, causing more direct focus on what to do, blah, blah, fucking blah, right? It's casual looter shooter story crap, right? You mainly fight the Vulgus, who are trying to use the Iron Hearts for, I guess, domination, and, you know, the Colossi, the fucking raid bosses, you know, they want it for reasons. The Magisters, who are allied with us, who betrayed the Vulgus, also want it for reasons. And the entire story is basically fighting over the Iron Hearts, which, you know, would have been nice if, like, you know, the events of the game weren't all fucking copy and paste fucking trash. Don't get me wrong, the operations were cool, but yeah, you just would just run in, kill things, and just ultimately just kill the boss. That's really just it, right? The only thing that were different were, like, you know, the events surrounding the operation, and that's it, right? And the actual cutscenes were fucking dope. I'll give the first Descendants game that. They were dope. If the fucking frame rate fucking kept up. I will say the stories within the operations were interesting. My favorite was when Eugen, like the super medic, finds out his team was turned into an abomination. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that mission had me kind of laughing because he's like screaming, "No, don't shoot them. They're part of my team. They're part of my team." And like me and like my squad in the operation are just mag dumping the fuck out of our weapons into like this goddamn big old monstrosity. And it made me laugh because of like how emotional he was in the background, and we're just completely just decimating this thing, right? My second favorite operation, like the cutscene specifically, was Jeremy getting his shit rocked by Karel and, you know, dying because of him. And if you don't know who Karel is, he's the big bad evil guy. Woo. We don't even fight him, which is weird, but, you know, whatever, right? The story was fine for the beginning of a looter shooter game like this, but if we had interacted more in the story, in, you know, have better gameplay that, you know, meshed well with the story, I wouldn't have much of an issue with it. But I'm sure with more updates and expansions that I'm sure that they might just make us pay for, because I'm not even surprised at this fucking moment. You know, the story isn't complete yet. Shocker, right? And, you know, some minor things to note is that the lip syncing in this game, not the best. You know, you can clearly see that, you know, the words are meant for another language, right? Some of the damn subtitles are just, you know, wrong, with missing letters, with words that are wrong, or missing letters or whatever, right? Not a really big deal. I don't give a shit about it, but it was funny to see, like, you know, certain words missing certain spelling, right? The traversal, pretty damn annoying, if I gotta say so myself, which I wish I didn't have like two 12-inch ropes to use at a time, right? That also, you know, regenerate themselves for some reason, right? And, you know, it's nice, right? Hey, look, I saved myself. Oh no, I clipped through the fucking platform again. Like, that shit is pretty annoying, especially when you're trying to get orbs on a fucking timer, by the way. Like, who the fuck? Yeah, so overall, if you want to farm a whole lot, fight enemies that you really don't have much of a hard time fighting on, unless like they have modifiers, you can pretty much just shoot them in the face most of the time, a bit more, and they would just die regardless. It doesn't matter. But oh my god, that just reminded me, the fucking aim assist, dude. Like, it's fucking strong, man. Like, I didn't realize how strong it was until there was an enemy with a modifier where you got to shoot a specific part of their body, and like this one, like, the specific part was its head, but the aim assist just kept making me shoot it like center mass in the torso, and it wouldn't let me like really shoot him in the head unless I had to force it. It is just wow. And at some point, I just used the strong aim assist to like shoot things until they're dead without really trying to. Like, I would just go ahead and spray and pray most of the time, and I wouldn't even need to fucking pray, because the aim assist would just go ahead and just go fucking crazy and fucking delete these guys for me. Sometimes I just had to aim in the general direction, press the button, and boom, you know, they're most likely dead. Besides that, and the enemies with modifiers, nothing is really a challenge unless you get surrounded and shit on, because of course, you know, numbers, you know, they have a lot of numbers, right? But, you know, if you have a team, you know, preferably a team that, you know, then, you know, you can just steamroll literally everything if you want to, right? With no issues at all. It may be boring as fuck, but damn, right? Like, there's no real challenge besides the Colossi, who are like 10-15% of the game, I would say. And you can steamroll everything with friends within a few days and complete the game, or quote unquote complete the game, if you guys aren't tired of shooting bullet sponges until they fucking die. This game It's perfect for people who enjoy mindlessly killing, farming, and or spending money to, you know, be drippy, I guess. I don't fucking know. Nothing here is totally great besides how the skins look and some of the aesthetics for the maps. You know, some of them look pretty neat, right? Do I think this game can improve? Sure, right? Will it be on the same level as Warframe or Destiny? Fuck no. No. Maybe it might even be a step lower than The Division, mainly because of like their gameplay is actually kind of decent from what I remember. It's been such a fucking long time. But at least, like, you know, they didn't copy and paste every mission, and you know, you can actually go ahead and find stuff for your character to wear, and you know, a lot more better stuff, right? Personally, I don't recommend the first Descendants. It's a copy and paste looter shooter with a bit of an interesting story, some decent characters, but the gameplay leaves too much to be desired, and it's not fucking great, man. Just like, no, just no. Play Warframe, play fucking Destiny, I would say. You play that, right? Not this. Like, let this cook a little bit more, and then maybe we'll see in 6 months or whatever, right? So yes, this has been my review on the first Descendants. I probably missed a few things like upgrading your cards and mastery, but to be honest, you can complete the game, you know, without really diving too much into it. That's what I did. But you know, just occasionally just upgrading your stuff, especially for the fucking Colossi. Oh my god, it was so annoying. Because sometimes they have certain weaknesses that you have to spec towards to help fight them, because they can really be a pain in the fucking ass, man. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoy the video. Thank you so much for watching and enjoying the content, and thank you so much for the support, and see you guys next time. Stay healthy, happy, emotionally, mentally, and physically. See you guys later.